Hello, I'm Martin Costello. There's been much talk recently of so-called refugees trying to cross the English Channel from France in dinghies, risking their lives to seek asylum in the UK. Now, when we think of refugees, we have that image of starving families bombed out of their war-torn homes. But the fact is that many of those trying to breach our borders are nothing of the sort. Apparently, these people coming in are seeking a place of safety. Well, the last time I checked, France was not a country hampered by war, poverty, or persecution. Once again, we see no signs of women or children on these boats, just fit, fighting-age men who look relatively smart in the whole, smoking their cigarettes whilst taking selfies on their smartphones. This is the bunch that Jeremy Corbyn and Labour want us to lay the red carpet out for. That Marxist will do anything for votes. Let's be clear, we welcome those who are genuine refugees, but that makes up about 5% of our immigration. The rest are economic migrants. Even a UN report says that over 70% are economic migrants, and they are actually breaking the Dublin III agreement. If they are genuinely fleeing from war, they should stay and fight for their family, wives, children and country, just like our forefathers have done. Our Home Secretary, Shahid Javid, said there is no easy answers to the Channel migrant issue. Well, I have to say, yes, there is. Intercept them, land them back in France and scuttle the boats. They are illegal immigrants coming from a safe country. They are not refugees. They stop becoming refugees when they pass multiple countries of safety. It might be over the top to compare this influx to the D-Day landings, but it's still an invasion. According to the UN Charter, they should reside in their first country of safety if genuinely fleeing war. This is not England. At a minimum, they pass at least 2 safe countries before reaching our shores. But in reality, it's many more than this. We don't know who these people are. We don't know anything about their history. And this compromises our very security and safety. Let's be clear about this. They are attracted to the land of milk and honey because of our generous benefit and housing system, so who can blame them? Here's what you get if you're an asylum seeker in the UK, even if your application was rejected. You get somewhere to live, cash allowance, or both. You can choose whether you want a flat, house, hostel, or bed and breakfast. You'll get £37 a family member to pay for things like food, clothing, and toiletries. This allowance will be kindly put on a debit card each week. And even if you're a failed asylum seeker, you'll still be given somewhere to live and £35 per family member on that payment card. You'll also get free access to the National Health Service, including free prescriptions for medicine, eyesight tests and glasses. We the British people being taken for utter mugs paying for this, especially when we have 13,000 ex-servicemen living on our streets. The scary thought is that our Shadow Home Secretary, the racist Diane Abbott, wants to use our navy to pick these people up from Calais and take them to our shores. While the Tories love mass immigrations for cheap workers, the Labour Party love mass immigration for voters, regardless of the consequences. We are literally under attack from foreign invaders who have no regard or desire to fit in or embrace our culture. Mass immigration has not allowed adequate integration, causing cultures to clash. There is a total lack of integration. I've seen this in my own town, where estates are dominated by races not native to the UK. Many towns and cities up and down the UK have areas balkanised by cultures who have no desire to mix, and I am genuinely concerned about our future. History has taught us that it never ends up well in host countries, and it often leads to civil war. Take Yugoslavia, for example. I fear that in just a couple of decades, we could well see similar events in the UK. Multiculturalism is a failed project. It is something that none of us voted for, but has been forced upon us, and it is destroying the very fabric of our European nations. It has crippled our NHS. Crime is on the rise. Schools are full to bursting. The roads are chock-a-block. The supply and demand has put house prices out of the reach of our young, and our precious green and pleasant land is being concreted over to accommodate this. The political correctness we see in media, such as on TV adverts, that often shows a token representative of each race, gives the impression that immigration is inevitable, but it is not. Enough is enough. It simply has to stop now. Don't get me wrong, it is a beautiful thing to see so many diverse cultures around the globe, and I love to sample and spend time with these, but I want to see them protected. Immigration is a good thing, but mass immigration is devastating. What we are seeing is the globalist plan to swamp the continent with fake refugees to undermine our very nations and destroy our countries from within. They will not stop until there's a one world government and total dictatorship where democracy will be all well and truly dead. Globalization has taken us down a very dark road indeed. It has created a huge gap between the elite and the average hard-working people, all in the name of profit. These elites, such as George Soros, pump money into lefty groups such as Stand Up to Racism, People's Vote and other minority agendas to persuade gullible people that they are caring by trying to take the moral high ground, but in reality it could be no further from the truth. The elite have to wait weeks to see a doctor, or do they struggle to get a roof over their heads? They always seem to be profiting from these situations. People who support these groups are generally useful idiots, thinking that they are holier than thou through the brainwashing curse of cultural Marxism. Others are just serving themselves in their pockets for their 30 pieces of silver, such as many of our MPs in Parliament. The sad fact is that many of those who speak out against such concerns are persecuted by the establishment-controlled mainstream media and are made out to be Hitler, Mussolini and Pol Pot all rolled into one. It's time to get tough and protect our borders. We live on an island. We have the greatest moat going. How hard can it be? It is not racist to want this. Would you leave your front door unlocked just to allow anyone in? Governments are simply irresponsible for allowing people to keep making these perilous journeys across oceans. They are complicit in the thousands of drownings we hear of, and this must stop now. It is time that those elected do what they are paid to do: defend the realm.